So I saw a lot of those clan generator challenge videos going around and I thought it seemed really cool. And then you guys gave me 150 subs and I wanted to celebrate, so here we are. So I clicked the randomizer for a bit and then CometClan, the eager and listless, came up. And I basically ignored all words other than listless. And I was like, what does that even mean? So instead of searching it up, I assumed listless means it can't be found. It doesn't, but we're going off that because the actual definition is directly against the other adjective. So, going off the assumed word that listless means, I was like, what if this clan traveled about? And I built on that idea. Also, all the cats have short fur, so that's another thing. So, basically, it started as a group of cats that lived in the oasis in the middle of the desert. Prey was obviously scarce, and the previous leader, Crowstar, decided that they needed to leave or they would die. She decided to send out smaller groups of cats to find places to live. These small groups came back smaller, some dead, others became rogues or kitty pets. But one of the cats that did come back was Crowstar with good news. He said that she and some others had found plentiful land. Crowstar immediately packed up camp and they all left. The journey was a lot longer and some cats died on the way, including the deputy, but they got there in the end, only to find that there was no safe place for a camp and some coyotes had moved in the time it took for the group to get there. Crowstar, feeling defeated, appointed Crowstar as deputy and promptly stopped attending to her duties. The group lived there for about a month before the coyotes attacked. Crowstar gave her life holding off the coyotes to let the group escape. To honor the speed at which the group escaped, they renamed the group CometClan, with Crowstar, now Crowstar, as leader, with the group eagerly searching for a new home. So we start with the leader, Crowstar, previously Crowstar, who found the first plot of land. She's the long-haired black she-cat with gold eyes. She's very quiet and calculating, but this has aided the clan as she's been able to detect immediate danger. She was close with the old leader and the medicine cat Icefang. She's friends with Nightwhisker and Rootclaw. She speaks in a monotone and cats tend to think she's angry all the time, avoiding her. The deputy is Nightwhisker. He is a short-haired black macro tabby tom with green eyes. He's pretty friendly and tries to be nice to everyone. He also tends to translate Crowstar's tone as he is around her a lot and notices the slight change in speech patterns. He is mates with Sanford and loves him dearly, and his close friend Shadow Briar for offering to carry his and Sanford's kits. Next we have the medicine cat Icefang. She is a short-haired black classic tabby she-cat with green eyes. She has a quick temper and is very blunt. She's loud and gossips with others while she works. This makes some cats roll their eyes at her and others seek her out to hear the latest news. This also means secrets are always spilled. She's close friends with Crowstar, bonding as apprentices, and Crowstar is the only one Icefang keeps secrets for, which she keeps locked away in the back of her mind. To the warrior. Salmon Fur. She's a short-haired blue she-cat with gold eyes. I found her design kind of boring, so I gave her a few stripes and a burn scar she got as a young cat, as she and her mother, Pineflower, were taken into the clan while they were traveling. Salmon Fur doesn't talk about where she got the scar, and neither does her mother. Salmon Fur is a very cheerful cat, close friends with the elders and Rootclaw, as she helps out with the kids a lot. She's definitely a see the good in everyone kind of person. She's also very fast and a skilled hunter, which got her warrior name rather quickly. Then we have Apple Pelt, which I messed up the design for, but I'm not changing it. I like it too much. He's a short-haired apricot mackerel tabby tom with yellow eyes. He is very paranoid and angry, often yelling about random stuff no one cares about. His brother Sanford often rolls his eyes at him. He can, however, felt well-ish. He is very erratic and wild, making cats retreat with a whirlwind of pale fur barreling at them. Spiderfoot is next, and she probably has my favorite design. She's a black spotted tabby she-cat with curly fur and green eyes. She came to the clan as a kid with no background. She had a lot of whispers surrounding her, and it made her bitter. She rarely speaks. Many cats assume she's mute, with only her friends, apprentice, Crowstar, and foster mother knowing her voice. Her friends are Nightwhisker, Briar, and Starlings Dream, who she all knew when she was young. Nightwhisker was a young warrior who frequently checked on her and protected her, and they became friends when she was an older apprentice under Gingerheart. Briar was an apprentice when she was a kid, and Starlings Dream was a den mate, who she bonded with early on. She is currently mentoring Hailpool. Up next is Sanford. I love this dude. He's a short-haired cream mackerel pseudo tabby tom with copper eyes. He's a bit nervous and tends to suppress most, if not all, negative emotions, but is a lot happier with cats he knows, like his mate, Nightwhisker, his brother Apple Pelt, and his friends Cormorant Cloud, Icefang, Briar, Sanford, and Starlings Dream. He's very vocal with them about how he dislikes Blackfang, sharing everyone's secrets, as when he was an apprentice, he was in a relationship with a rogue Tom, who Blackfang found out and got him in a lot of trouble for, and also scared his boyfriend off. Now we have Cinderbrook. She's a short-haired blue-ticked tabby tom with copper eyes, and yes, she is described as a tom. Well, she's actually trans, and because this is my clan and my characters, everyone is cool with it and calls her a she-cat. She's a pretty good fighter and has a lot of scars for it. She also cares a lot about how she looks, except in a I want people to look at me and run kind of way. And she tries to look like she's judging you, as it works with Sanford, who is her best friend and test subject when she's trying out a new pose. So she basically tries to scare him while he rants about Blackfang. She's also a mentor to Ravenpaw. Now we have Icefang, who is baby. I love him so much. He is adorable. He's described as a short-haired white tom with hazel eyes. I made him kind of albino minus the red eyes, and I love him. He's a ball of anxiety and vents to Sanford a lot. He lost his leg falling on some rocks and getting it twisted so bad that Blackfang just removed it. He loves bugs and calms down when he finds one. His previous mentor, Beach Blaze, had a really hard time training him as he spooked at everything until he realized his interest in bugs and made the cat a wooden bug, carving it from the bark of the trees at the oasis with his own claws. Icefang loves it and keeps it near him, so if he ever gets overwhelmed, he can just find his little carving and calm down. No one knows why he's called Icefang. He's trying to mentor Hailpool, who is the calmest of the apprentices but needs a lot of help. Luckily, his friends Cormorant Cloud and Cinderbrook check on him and guide him. Cormorant Cloud is a short-haired black macro tabby tom with amber eyes. He's very chill and laid back, often hanging with his sister. He likes watching the sky and can spot omen a lot easier than anyone else in the clan. He and Blackfang are friends, but he rarely listens to her gossip, and when he does, he's constantly rolling his eyes. He's close with his sister, Starlings Dream, and they go on walks with their little group a lot. That being Cormorant Cloud, Starlings Dream, Sanford, Pelt, and Cinderbrook. Icefang tags along sometimes, but only when bugs are a guarantee. Nightwhisker jokes that their group is a go-to for a patrol for him. Cormorant Cloud is mentoring Hailpool, trying to calm down the hyper-apprentice. Cormorant Cloud's sister, Starlings Dream, is a short-haired black macro tabby she-cat with hazel eyes. She's a lot like her brother, calm, cheerful, likes the sky, but she's a lot more active in clan life, going hunting a lot. Her favorite prey is reptiles, and she will always go after lizards and even snakes. She loves her mate Briar and is really proud of her for agreeing to have being kits for Nightwhisker and Sanford, as she can never see herself having them and hates the idea of being in the nursery. She's also friends with Spiderfoot, as she and her brother were kits while Spiderfoot was brought to the clan. And while Cormorant Cloud was talking to apprentices, she was trying to get Spiderfoot to open up to her, and they formed a close bond. And we're on apprentices, starting with Hailpool. Hailpool is a short-haired fawn classic tabby tom with amber eyes. He's pretty chill and patient. Some cats praise him for being much older than he appears. He's the youngest of the apprentices, being apprenticed early due to maturity. His father is Pelt, and his mother died recently due to a snake bite. He wasn't close with his mom, as she was distant due to her litter of 4 being reduced to 1. Hailpool doesn't resent her for that, but wished he could know her better. He's good friends with Hailpool and Ravenpool, and is close with his mentor Icefang, amused at how awkward he is. Hailpool is a very energetic she-cat. She's described as a short-haired black she-cat with yellow eyes, which is very plain. She also has a white face because coots have white faces. Coots are very funky birds, and Hailpool is a very funky cat. She does not understand her brother Ravenpool's obsession with looks, and is often very dirty. She's also a gossiper and gets hurt a lot, so guess who's in the medicine cat den half the time? Blackfang doesn't know what to think of her. Cormorant Cloud tries to keep her calm, which sometimes works. Ravenpool is up next, and I love his personality. He's a black tom with short fur and gold eyes, and he's Hailpool's brother. He's obsessed with how he looks, partly because of his mentor Cinderheart, and partly because that's just how he is. He hates mud and dirt, and Cinderheart has to partly threaten him with it to get him to do anything. He can hunt, but he's very picky about what prey he hunts and where he hunts. He dislikes Icefang, as he's always got bugs in him, and bugs are gross in his opinion. He's friends with Hailpool and has a crush on him. Hailpool is a caramel macro tabby tommy with sparse fur and hazel eyes, and another trans kitty. She looks pretty dirty and is self-conscious of her appearance. She was also found under some rocks by the clan and was adopted into it when there was no sign of family. Hailpool is the oldest of the apprentices and is very quiet and bitter. She's close with her mentor Spiderfoot, as they had similar situations and came out of it the same way. Hailpool also likes the Nightwhisker and thinks he's nice. She also talks to Adderpool quite a lot and is developing a friendship with him. And now we're on to queens, starting with Briar, who is a black-ticked tabby she-cat with short fur and amber eyes. Briar is another quiet cat and Crowstar's sister, but they aren't really close. She may be quiet, but she's really kind and friendly despite not speaking a lot. She offered to have Nightwhisker and Sanford's kits as they're good friends of hers. She is now heavily pregnant, and cats can't really travel that much due to her kits coming any day now. And now we have Rookclaw. She's a permanent queen and loves kits. I drew her kind of studying Snow Kit. She's very concerned about the health of the kittens and queens. She is also the midwife of all kits, which isn't a job she particularly loves, but if it helps kittens grow, she'll do it. She's helping Briar out with the kits she's carrying. She tries her best, but sometimes that's not enough. She's friends with Crowstar and Salmon and appreciates when Salmon helps out with the kits. She's the mother of Ravenpaw, Cootpaw, and Spiderkit, and the sister of Nightfang, who she doesn't get along with. Also, I generated a new clan and stole their apprentices to make the children of this clan. So we have Merkkit, a lilac and cream mackerel calico she-cat with long fur and blue eyes. Snowkit, a short-haired white she-cat with a black and red classic calico tabby tail and ears, and yellow eyes. Spiderkit, who is a short-haired black mackerel tabby tom with gold eyes. Sootkit is a black and red mackerel tortoiseshell tabby she-cat with short fur and copper eyes. And finally, J-Kit, a short-haired chocolate she-cat with hazel eyes. Merkkit and her sisters, Sootkit and Snowkit, came to CometClan with their mother, Mellowstream. Merkkit is really adventurous and loves exploring. Sootkit just wants rest and is really bored and tired half the time. She can't wait to become an apprentice. Snowkit is super young and small. Mellowstream had the first two kits before getting pregnant again and having Snowkit. She doesn't spend much time with her kids. Then we have Spiderkit, who is Rookclaw's son and Shadowpaw and Cootpaw's brother. He's not an apprentice yet due to being held back after he wandered off for 2 days. He loves to explore and is a troublemaker. J-Kit is the only kid of Beach Bays and Pine Flower. They had her before they retired as elders. J-Kit is Spiderkit's best friend and fellow troublemaker. She helps him out on every prank he pulls, and he takes most of the blame for her, so she doesn't get held back like him. She loves her parents and listens to whatever stories they have to share. She's often teased for having parents in the elders' den, but she doesn't let that stop her. And finally, we're on to elders. First up, we have Beach Blaze. Beach Blaze is a chocolate tom with short fur and amber eyes and is the kindest of all cats. He will do anything to protect anyone, and it has a lot of scars to show. He recently retired despite having a kit in the nursery, but he visits her frequently and spends a lot of time with her. He's mates with Pineflower and loves her dearly. He listens to cats' problems and is essentially the therapist of the clan. We have Gingerheart, who is a red mackerel persuado tabby she-cat with short fur and hazel eyes. She's very adventurous and eager to find new things. She was very fight-happy, and for that reason she was prevented from patrols for a while till she could calm down. She still loves a good fight. Now she shares stories of epic battles she was in with her friends. She was once Crowstar's deputy, but had to step down due to old age. She is good friends with Beach, Blaze, and Salmon and is close with Pineflower. Now we have Pineflower, who is the mother of Salmon and J-Kit, and the mate of Beach Blaze. She is described as a blue she-cat with short fur and amber eyes. She was very closed off when she came to clan and didn't speak to anyone about her problems, until she became friends with Beach Blaze and eventually his mate. Salmon loves that her mother found a new mate and loves Beach Blaze. Pineflower is also good friends with Gingerheart, the two of them having a friendly rivalry with who has the worst life experiences. Finally, the lost cat Mellowstream. She's a black and red ticked calico she-cat with short fur and amber eyes. She has a really neat design. She is mostly really annoyed and has a short temper. She doesn't have many friends in the clan and came to it with her kits, Murk Kit, Soot Kit, and Snow Kit. Crowstar doesn't like her a lot, and she was convinced to retire so Crowstar wouldn't have to deal with her anymore. Nightwhisker checks up on her for Crowstar. She stays because of her kits and hunts for herself. And done! I drew so many cats, and I love all of them. I was originally gonna give them away, but I got attached to them, and now you can't have them. I hope you enjoyed this. This was a really fun video to make, and if you want me to do a different challenge, tell me in the comments. Thank you for watching, and bye.